Hello, my name is Nigel Maclennan, and thank you for listening to this audio article, Make Your Change Programs Work Every Time. Experience has probably taught you that between 70 and 85% of all change programs fail and fail expensively. Yet some leaders have a 100% success record. All of their change programs work and work every time. How can they possibly achieve that level of success when most, the overwhelming majority of change programs, not only fail so dismally, but actually harm the companies that they were supposed to help? What are the leaders of successful change doing right? What are they doing that is different? And more importantly, how can you do it too? Firstly, they really understand human nature. They know how to get people who would normally resist change under any other leadership to embrace and even champion change under their leadership. That knowledge is powerful, but it's not powerful enough on its own. If it were, psychologists would be paid a fortune to lead change programs, and as you've probably noticed, they are not. So, what more is required? Effective change leaders interpret the human condition through their accurate and detailed knowledge of the circumstances facing the people who have to embrace the change. Most leaders claim to have that coupling. However, it's very clear from the very low success rates that we witness when change programs are undertaken that few leaders have that combination of understanding the human condition and the circumstances facing those who need to change. So clearly, something is missing. What is it? Knowledge of what it takes to make any change work in any circumstance. What? I hear the skeptics shout, you can't possibly know what can make change work in any circumstance. It's way too complex. And that does seem unlikely. All things seem complicated until we understand the simple principles behind the apparent complexity. Change is just the same. What was once complicated and beyond reach becomes simple to understand and much easier to manage with full awareness of the underlying principles. And that is the case in change management. What are those key principles of change? What are the commandments, the principles that must be followed? Encouragingly, there are only 10 commandments of change. If you understand and follow the 10 commandments of change, you will make change happen, and you will make change happen successfully every time. Breach any one of the 10 commandments, even slightly, and I'm sorry to say, you will fail, and fail every time. Now, some people may rail against that last statement. They might say, why are the 10 commandments of change all or nothing commandments? Why are you being so emphatic in saying that even a slight breach will lead to failure? For very simple reasons. In the same way that heat, fuel, and oxygen are required for the magic of fire, if you take away any one of those ingredients, and the magic of fire will be extinguished. The same applies to successful change. Every leader, anyone who has managed change, knows that for change to work, the planning behind it must be thorough. Despite that near universal knowledge, only a handful of change programs are successful. So, why, if everyone knows that planning is essential, do nearly all change programs fail? Is it because the planning wasn't conducted? No. Is it because in almost all cases the wrong planning was conducted? Yes, often. I'm sure you've seen that. Or, more usually, both. So what makes most change planning so flawed? It seems to be something around this. Most people believe that their driving standard is above average. Most people have strong opinions on education, even though they've never studied it. Most managers and leaders have strong opinions on how change should be conducted, even though they've never studied it in depth, and they believe that their change management skills are above average in the same way that they believe that their driving skills are above average. Leaders whose change programs fail are not stupid people. Far from it. They are committed, determined, and just as smart as you and I, and sincerely trying to add as much value as possible to their organizations. However, without having knowledge of the 10 commandments of change, the 10 most important principles of change, the plans of even the most well-intentioned leaders fail at the planning stage. Before they take their first change action, they are destined to have a not-to-plan experience. You have the chance to make sure that your change programs succeed. You now have access to the 10 Commandments of Change. You can make sure that your change plans are templates for success. You can ensure that you conduct your planning using the principles that are known to work over and over again. Looking a little bit more at planning, as you know from experience, few plans survive first contact with reality. Those leaders who fully understand the principles of change are equipped to modify their plans quickly and appropriately in the face of reality. If you understand the 10 Commandments of Change, you will be able to modify your plans in real time. Leaders whose change programs succeed are promoted to higher and higher positions. Those who don't understand the 10 Commandments of Change have a different future. Given that change is inevitable in the leadership competition for survival, those best equipped to manage and lead change to thrive in change situations always rise to the top. Which would you rather be? A change perisher, a change survivor, or a change thriver? Since you're still listening to this audio article, the odds are that you've already decided to be a change thriver. What's the most expensive change fiasco you've ever seen? A single large failed change project can wipe out a company's entire profits for a year, or, in the worst case scenario, wipe out the entire company. All because a few people were lacking the understanding of 10 simple principles of change. Successful change takes effort. You can make your changes happen more successfully with less effort. It makes sense, if you are focusing your efforts using the change principles which deliver results, that you can deliver better outcomes with less effort. And with a superior understanding of change success, you will be able to make better decisions about how to invest your time to make sure that your changes succeed. Just how much will this scenario boost your reputation? You commit to leading a change to achieve the desired results. At every stage along the way, you are and are seen to be in full command. When the inevitable deviations from plan occur, you are so familiar with the 10 Commandments of Change that you can diagnose the problems quickly and accurately and make your planning amendments with complete confidence. At the end of the change program, you have delivered the required results as promised. What will those you seek to influence think of you if you've delivered that kind of outcome time after time? You can save your company a fortune. With the average cost of a change program in the UK currently standing at between £10 and £15 million, depending on sector and organisational size, the potential for savings by making just a few improvements is massive. Since 85% of all change programs fail, the potential to preserve all the capital invested in the change is huge. Give yourself a competitive edge. What implications will it have for your career if you understand and can apply the 10 Commandments of Change and your peers cannot? What implications will it have for your company if you understand and can apply the 10 Commandments of Change and your competitors cannot? Once you have the knowledge contained in the 10 Commandments of Change, you'll be able to take a snapshot of any change program, analyze it, and quickly identify what must be done to make that project successful. What would be the implications of that capability for your career? What will the 10 Commandments of Change do for you? You'll learn what every change program must have to succeed. You'll learn why SMART is only 38% of the picture, and why if you use SMART for your change programs, you are destined to fail before you even begin. You'll understand why the simplest of techniques, overlooked by others, will give you the results you desire. You'll learn the master skill of change, and understand why change is only possible when that master skill is applied. You'll dramatically increase your command of all change situations. You'll graduate to a new level of change leadership effectiveness. To buy the 10 Commandments of Change, go to www.the10commandmentsofchange.com or www.maclennan.biz/theperfectchange. Thank you for listening to this audio article, and good luck with your next change program. Goodbye.